How's it going, guys? Before I show you guys our most recent build, let's go over some things that are in the shop because it's kind of cool. This is a 1969 Charger 440 RT. The customer just brought it in here to have me finish up the mechanics of it, basically like getting the windows to operate properly, getting the motor and trans and all that stuff squared away, and then some leaks and brakes and such. So that'll be a quick little turnaround job. And then still have the 1973 Fiat 500 Lusso. We're waiting on parts and stuff like that. And the supplier that I've been dealing with here in the States just isn't that good. So every time we get parts, we have to send something back, or he says it'll work and it doesn't work. It's just kind of been a pain in my butt. So hopefully we get that car down here in the near future and get it on the road. It's just basically a simple engine rebuild. And then the 1964 Chrysler, I think it's a Newport 200, I'm not sure, don't hold me to it. It's a friend of mine's. And then the 1925 Flint 6, that's just a big long restoration, or it's a resto mod more or less. We're trying to modernize it as much as we can. This is a 1965 Thunderbird. We're basically doing a LS swap in it. He saw my Porsche and he's like, yeah, we're definitely doing that to this. So we're doing the LS with a 4L80E, all air ride suspension, brakes, interior paint. The thing's gonna be pretty wicked. Hopefully we get maybe we'll do some videos or something on that, I don't know. 1969 BMW 2002 automatic. Believe it or not, it's an automatic. You don't really see too many of these things ever. Our 1965 Shelby Cobra. We got control arms made, we got exhaust done, motors done. We're waiting on the paint shop right now. Paint shop should hopefully get it in here very soon and get it done so we can finish it, drive it, and sell it. The red one's a 1966 Jaguar E-Type. The silver one here under the cover is a 1966 Jaguar E-Type. There's an 87 Jaguar XJS, the Flint body, and the 1951 Mark I way over there. So those are all the projects that are currently in the shop. There's some outside, but we don't care about the ones outside because they don't look cool. So, all right, let's go talk about this Porsche. It's kind of something I want to show you guys. It's very interesting, and I think y'all like it. So before I go into talking about this car, as most Porsche people know, this was the most hated car in the 80s, the late 70s, 80s to the 90s, because it was one, the first front engine Porsche, two, first front engine water-cooled Porsche. So on top of that, it was a water-cooled car. Porsche was always known for their air-cooled 911s and stuff like that. So two reasons, and then three, it was to put the 911 to sleep and move on to something new. They just didn't quite hit it off with this car, and people didn't like them for so many years. I've owned so many of them that people just given me, or I've bought super cheap. So now they've got like a following. People are liking these things and they're digging them out of the woods and they're building them and restoring them or LS swapping them. They are very complicated, and the workshop manuals are like 12 school 3-ring binders. Like there's so many chapters this car, and parts are not available at all. Like, so people are starting to get these things out now, restore them, and kind of just put the original stuff back in them. And people are starting to make parts for them now. So I don't know how relatively available everything is, just that people don't like these things still. So behind me I have my 1980 LS powered Porsche 928S. It's a 5-speed Euro car, and it is wicked fast. And I think there is one faster than it. I saw a post online of a Porsche, maybe even newer than this one, like the 928, that had a Boeing jet engine in the car. Like, I don't even know how they transfer that energy, but I think it just pushes it forward. And if you want, you can put wings on the thing and fly it. It's crazy. It's nowhere as cool as this thing, but this thing is pretty wicked, and I love it because it sticks to the hood. It has an LM7 block, LS3 heads with pack racing valve springs, Holley high ram, Phytech 92mm throttle body, Brian Tooley Stage 3 cam, CP Carrillo pistons, ACT pressure plate, American Powertrain Hydromax hydraulic throwout bearing, which is a godsend in this car because I did not want a mechanical clutch. Speedmaster Pro Comp lightweight flywheel, Ram 200 series clutch disc, and much more. So overall, driving this car is a pain in the butt. It puts out so much power. It's probably around 500 horsepower. The rear end of this thing says on forums it can hold up to 600 horsepower. However, I don't know what the previous owner did to this car, but he beat on it pretty good, and then I put this big motor in it and I beat on it pretty good. However, we broke things. we can start with the shifter. It's got this little like U-joint knuckle thing in the back that blew the bushings out. So I replaced that, and then we completely wadded up the rear end, the spider gears. There's a little center shaft that holds the spider gears, the 2 spider gears in sync or in center. And the roll pin, I guess, like snapped and it pushed that rod up. And while I guess I had to have been putting like the ponies to the rear end at the time, and it like bent that shaft, and the gear was like literally sticking on the other end of the differential carrier. So what I did was I just put it back and just welded it everywhere. So it's got a spooled rear end in it now. All right, as for inside of the car, I don't think I got most of my gauges working. Temperature gauge obviously does not work because I can't match that to, I mean, I could just buy an original Porsche gauge, but I don't know where the wiring is for that or anything. So that's never gonna work. Fuel gauge kind of works. Quarter means half, eighth means 5 gallons less, and the little red dot means I'm down 10 gallons, and I think this is a 20-gallon tank. So I'm not too comfortable with relying on that, and I haven't really figured out what my problem is. Oil pressure gauge will definitely never work, and the battery gauge works great. Tack gauge does not work yet. I know that they got the gauge to work with the old motor, so I just got to figure out how to tie into it. And the speedometer doesn't work. I may try to get that wired in, and also this Phytech injection system also comes with a speed option. So if you look right here, it says speed. I haven't quite figured out what wires to tie into what, so I will be working on that here eventually. I just haven't ran into a cord, and it goes all the way to the computer over there. My oil pressure gauge is right there. It's just a snap-on mechanical gauge that's hooked up to the valet tray. This Phytech system does not have an option for an oil pressure gauge, so that kind of sucks. I may put one right here and replace this water temp gauge from the old engine. It does not work. So my cooling fan switch for now until I figure out how to wire in the relays to the grounds for this. Again, this was a rush job, so I just relayed a power wire into a switch, and that's how I control my fans. So none of this stuff works. I have no heat, no AC. I don't feel like tying into the original heater core in this thing because I feel like it will blow up. That would not be good for either I or a passenger, or either or. Lights work great. Fog lights work great. This does not work because the speedometer does not work. Basically, it resets the trip odometer. Back windshield defroster, no idea if it works. Haven't had a frosted back window or fogged up back window. Emergency signals work. Windshield wipers do not work yet. Cruise control clearly does not work. I don't know. I wouldn't even try to wire that in. And high-low beams do not work. And turn signals kind of work. I think I just need to replace my flasher. Shifter is clearly blown out. It's in first gear right now, and you can see you can go through all 1, 3, and 5 gates. If I go up into neutral, has a little bit more play. If you pull over and back, that's 1. You pull over forward, that's reverse. Sometimes I have a problem shifting the car. I'll go from first into, sometimes you can't really find second or fourth. You just got to kind of hope that you're going into it. So second's there, and if you go all the way over and up, that's fourth, and back is fifth. So usually when I'm downshifting, trying to find second, sometimes it goes into fourth. I don't know why, but it's just blowing out. I put a Heim joint up on the front of this thing. So basically there's a tube, or this thing, a rod that goes all the way to the front, and there used to be like a little plastic ball cap thing that would hold that mount in place. And then, so I cut that off, welded a nut to the torque tube, and then put a bolt through with a Heim joint tied to this upper mount. And then the rear goes into like a little dog leg kind of U-joint, whatever you want to call it, locator, and it's brand new, but I feel like all this plays somewhere in the transmission, so I have to figure that out. I do have a new boot ordered and a new boot insulator, so that's on its way. The original Porsche keys, everything works, so we'll do a little turn on. You can hear the fuel pump and fans turn on. You got to manually turn this guy on, and it gives you all your parameters. So just scroll through that and you can kind of just choose what you want to watch. Then you have your dashboard. You can do digital gauges, tuning, and so forth. So I usually just leave it on dashboard. And then, yeah, we'll go ahead and I guess just do a fire up in this car. So keys on, and there it is. So battery gauge is working. Fuel gauge means it looks like I'm empty, but I'm not, because I know I just filled it up yesterday. and all my parameters. Alright, enough talking about this car. I'm going to go to my buddy Garrett's house, pick him up, and we're going to go drive around town and kind of just get some footage of the inside of the car and how it kind of handles, sounds, drives, blah, 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 and so forth. Sorry I haven't got any more footage of other things like building the car and such. I'm a very busy guy, business owner. I also am a mechanic here at my own shop, and I have to manage a lot of things, so I don't have time to be recording myself 24/7 all day. I basically built this car in 30 days. I had to get ready for LS Fest, and it was a really big time crunch. I did get some footage, but none of it's worth posting. So, you know, I'm hoping to post a lot more from now on and kind of keep you guys up to date. Not so much with this car anymore, maybe some things along the road, but with other builds in the shop. So, let's go drive it. Aww. It's always not the happiest when it comes to starting. Vibrates tremendously and it's really bad. I don't know why it does that, but I kind of want to figure it out. I think it has something to do with the solid mounted motor. It's on very thin, rigid polyurethane bushings up front, and the transmission's on a rubber mount in the back. So I don't know if I need to make a little more of a solid mount in the rear or soften up the front, but it's very annoying, and sometimes it's hard to find a gear. Absolutely zero shocks in the back of this thing. It's just all spring. They're kind of blowing out. So I need to figure out what to buy. I really need to put the car on some weight scales and figure out the weight on each of the tires and figure out the spring rates that I need, size and length and stuff like that, and the shocks that are going to work. Windshield wipers don't work, so that puddle I just went through kind of ruined my visibility a little bit. But it'll dry. It's a good, nice, hot day. So much fun. Love it. It's probably the best thing I've ever built, other than all the ratty shit that's going on with it, but that takes time. From second to third, but it was trying to go into fifth, and I felt it, so I kind of backed out and went to third. Just can't find your gears ever in this thing. Now I gotta remember where he lives. Oh, that's it. Oh, there's no one behind me. Oh, Grandpa mowing his lawn loves this thing. I hope. Grandma doesn't look too thrilled back there. Jeez, look at that order farm. I bet there's like a gem in there or something. So much crap. The Jaguar. A couple cars under some covers. Oh, someone's honking at me. No idea who it is. Is that Garrett? I can't tell. Oh, there's Garrett. Who's that behind me? Doesn't it just put a smile on your face?
You got the film crew already? What is this, the film crew?
I don't know who that is. Do you know who that is?
No.
You don't know who that is? Oh, I stalled it. Thought it was a neutral. Whatever. Oh, it's Mark. Oh, what's going on, dude?
I saw this online, man. It's like freaking woo.
Yeah.
Finally got running, huh?
I did.
In my driveway.
Yeah, no, I was trying to figure out who you were. I thought you were one of his friends.
What is this?
It's an LS something. I think it's LS2, LS1.
It wasn't running too good when he had it on Facebook.
No, yeah. Yeah. It was learning.
And you built that?
Yeah.
That's man.
Thing's early looking.
That is. Hood won't fit on it now, huh?
No, I got to cut a hole in it.
Yeah.
So that's the work in progress. And then once I cut the hole in it, then I'm gonna put 2 turbos side by side. And it's gonna just feed the intake and just be tons and tons of power. Dude, look at this sweet reservoir. My reservoir cap. Just a piece of paper towel. If it leaks, you know it's got fluid in it, right?
That's all that matters.
Should stay.
Have you got a zip tie and zip tie everything now? So it doesn't fly out?
Dude, I did 150 in it yesterday and it was fine. Thank you. We're rolling to a dead stop. Uh-oh. Time to rip it through the Richies. You did? You heard a car alarm? Hell yeah. There's a turkey! Gobble, gobble, gobble! Hey! Oh, look at that driveway. If I owned that, I would just do burnouts of it all day long. Left-hand shift. Oh yeah, backfire. I think we're doing it all right. See, it's taking off in second gear. Uh-oh, yellow mark went in the road. There's no more yellow mark. Which side do I drive on? Come on, where are all the Karens at? Where are you taking me?
Just around the neighborhood.
Pop goes the weasel. Hey guys, hope you loved the video. Unfortunately, our batteries died during the drive and I wasn't really paying attention that the phone wasn't recording most of the time. So unfortunately, we lost out on a lot of that. I will be working on that in the future on future videos, getting more equipment and trying to get more people to help me film. As of right now, we basically drove the car all the way down to Oceanside. We got a lot of reactions on the freeway, a lot of reactions in Oceanside. Everyone pulled up next to the Porsche and just like gave thumbs up, asked a bunch of questions. Most of the time we couldn't even hear them because of the loud exhaust. If you guys have any recommendations on what kind of exhaust we should run on it, drop it in the comments below and I will entertain the idea. But as of right now, we're just gonna keep driving the car around and we probably won't be doing much to it. We'll probably do a video on the exhaust when we do it, and then the turbo upgrade, or if anything breaks, we'll be doing a video on how to, or what we're doing to fix it. I will be working on trying to also get you guys more content, more crazier content. I want to take the car racing. I want to take the car to tracks. I want to do drift events. I want to do tons of things with this car. But it obviously takes a lot of time and money and energy. So right now we'll be focusing on builds in the shop, doing videos on those, kind of showing you what we're doing and how we're doing it, maybe even how-to videos, and then pop a couple other crazy videos of us traveling with the car and doing crazy things with it. So just stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, and share to your friends. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we will try to get you more like this out soon. Like I said, I'm a one-man team. I'm a business owner, and I have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of things that need to be taken care of. Filming is a lot harder than it looks. I give a lot of credit to all the YouTubers out there and or people just doing vlogging or whatever they do with filming and editing, because it is a lot of work and a lot of mental thought process. It's really not easy at all. So I'll be working on this much more, probably on the weekends and stuff like that, and try to get a video out every month or every few weeks. So please stay tuned and look forward to those as much as I do. And please like, subscribe, follow, and send to your friends. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Have a good day.